Let me start by admitting frankly that there are many successful writers who do not believe in writer's block. I disagree, but ask you to be the judge as to who is right. Chapter 2. Who am I and why I can help? Why am I so confident I can help you break free from writer's block? Because I wear two hats. Firstly, writer. I'm a seasoned journalist, editor, and self-help author. Secondly, I wear the hat of coach. I am a trained energy psychology coach. As the world's first emotional freedom EFT tapping book, coach and trainer, I specialize in helping clients to break free from the past to move ahead into their desired future. Clearing writer's block is a common presenting issue for many of my clients. It often surfaces in a goal success session when we uncover a deep longing or dream to write a book. The most common inner blocks to writing a book or project. Self-talk and beliefs like, not good enough, who am I to write a book? Fear of being seen and showing off, feeling overwhelmed, no time to write. Guilt about making time to write, fear of failure, fear of success, procrastination, perfectionism. This book is for you if you want to prevent writer's block long term. You want to avoid the even more serious mental health issue called writer burnout. You tend to procrastinate or put off writing your book, the book that would make you feel proud, happy, and fulfilled, and showcase your unique skills and talent while boosting your business and cash flow. It's also for you if you start off writing a book with a bang, then fizzle out halfway, the messy middle, to the point where your book languishes unfinished for a long, long time. Keep rewriting your first few chapters. Write a first draft or copious ideas that fill a journal, but then get too busy to take the next steps to being a published author. You don't believe you know enough or have the best training in the topic and set off to do reams more research. I am sure we can agree you want to ditch these self-sabotaging beliefs and actions and instead garner more success in your life and work as a writer. Let's define that as both inner and outer success. Outer success is finishing and publishing your blog post, article, or book, fiction or non-fiction, to your satisfaction and on a deadline, and getting paid or marketing it successfully. Yes, indeed, you want success in the form of client or customer attraction, profit in your bank account, and a growing wealth portfolio fed by multiple streams of income. Inner success is feeling inspired, motivated, and excited about your writing projects from the start, through the messy middle, to the end. Inner success is hearing the sweet words, "Your book changed my life." Inner success is writing and creating art as your pleasure and passion, satisfying an inner calling. Ultimately, I want to help you achieve that success, inner and outer, and not leave your talent withering on the vine, drying up like a raisin in the sun, to quote the words of Langston Hughes in his poem Harlem. He writes, "What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun?"
And now for a word from our episode sponsor. Every writer has faced the dreaded writer's block. But what if you had not just one, but 7 ways to shatter it? Introducing Bust Writer's Block Forever, 7 game-changing ways to kiss writer's block goodbye and unleash creative inspiration. Dive deep into transformative processes, the work of Byron Katie, Havening, EFT tapping, the journey, the alter ego effect for writers, internal family systems. And as a special treat, a bonus chapter on collaborating, even dancing with ChatGPT, your new creative catalyst. For those who've been inspired by The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, this book and accompanying video course at bustwritersblock.com will feel like coming home. Dive in at bustwritersblock.com.
Chapter 3. Busting Myths. Let me start by admitting frankly that there are many successful writers who do not believe in writer's block. I disagree, but ask you to be the judge as to who is right by the end of this audiobook. Here are their quotes to prove it. 1. Lee Child and Andrew Child, creators of the million-selling Jack Reacher books, Lee Child and his co-writer brother Andrew Child, when asked, "How do you tackle writer's block?" replied as follows. Lee Child, "I don't believe in writer's block. I think it's a self-indulgent, too precious mystification of what is, after all, a job like anyone else's. Do nurses get nurse's block? Do truck drivers? Of course there are days when you would rather do nothing, but you have to get on. A truck driver climbs in the cab, checks the mirrors, checks the dials, turns on the engine preheater, clips the seatbelt, starts the motor, and then muscle memory clicks in, and the day starts. Same for writers. I turn on the computer, reread yesterday's stuff, and off I go." Says Andrew Child, "I don't believe in writer's block either. Part of being a professional writer is developing the discipline to sit down and do the work, day after day or night after night, until the job is done to your satisfaction." Now let's hear from Elizabeth Gilbert, author of Eat, Pray, Love and Big Magic. In Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear, Gilbert argues that writer's block is largely a myth, a self-imposed obstacle that we create for ourselves. She says creative inspiration is available to everyone, and that the belief in writer's block can be a self-fulfilling prophecy that holds us back from our creative potential. She says, "I believe what we call writer's block is usually a misdiagnosis of some actual other emotional problem: anxiety, self-doubt, self-hatred, extreme competitiveness. Those are all real conditions, but writer's block is not a real condition." And yet, Gilbert has admitted to writing struggles when speaking to Oprah Winfrey on her Super Soul Conversations podcast. In these discussions, she specifically mentions her battle with writer's block after the success of Eat, Pray, Love. Then, let's hear from Shonda Rhimes, American television screenwriter and creator of hit TV shows Grey's Anatomy and Bridgerton. She says, "I don't have writer's block. I have a deadline. It used to be that I wrote the best at night. It had to be midnight and everybody in the world was asleep. But now, as long as I'm wearing headphones with music blasting in my ears, I can write at any time of day, anywhere. Any place becomes my office as long as I have those headphones on. And that is the greatest gift I have given myself." Barbara Kingsolver, author, poet, and novelist, says, "I learned to produce whether I wanted to or not. It would be easy to say, 'Oh, I have writer's block. Oh, I have to wait for my muse.' I don't. Chain that muse to your desk and get the job done." Another writer, Dorinda Jones, New York Times best-selling author of mystery and paranormal fiction, puts a humorous slant on this. She says, "Real writers write, period. No, the muse does not come to visit every day. She's a lazy, precocious flirt. You cannot get into the habit of being in the mood. No writer on earth is in the mood to write every day, but the good ones do it anyway. They fight through their fatigue, stress, their doubt, and they write. They get the words on the page, period. Stop waiting for your muse. Trust me, she sleeps around." I admit these writers have valid viewpoints, but I beg to differ. I stand by the latest findings in neuroscience and neuropsychology that trauma and beliefs set up in childhood often have lifelong effects on us mentally and physically, and that includes writers and creatives. I take the stand that it's not all about mindset. It's not a curse you need to cure with mental willpower. It's not about declaring war and doing battle mentally to crush the resistance that you encounter at the keyboard. Feeling stuck in the messy middle of your book, article, blog post, or script, you are not dealing simply with toughening up your mindset. You can get stuff done with your projects, written, published, and selling worldwide, translated into languages globally, recorded as audiobooks, transformed into courses. As you will learn next, it all begins with beliefs.
Thanks for joining me on today's podcast. Want a free gift to inspire you further on your book writing adventure? My free checklist, 5 book hook tips to kickstart your book writing journey, will help you get clarity on the key essentials to make your book a winner. Download it at writethebookinsideyou.com. www.caryl.com/free gift. The links are in the show notes. Until next time, a big virtual hug and keep writing.